You know exactly what you need to do, but for some reason, you just can't seem to do it. Hours turn into days, and that task, still untouched. But what if I told you the real problem isn't your lack of motivation, it's your mindset? In the next few minutes, I'll show you a simple shift that can snap you into action, even when you don't feel like it. Because if you don't change this now, you'll keep watching your potential slip through your fingers, day after day, year after year. The truth is, we've all been taught a lie. That success starts with motivation. But it doesn't. Success starts with action. The people who win in life aren't the ones waiting for the perfect mood or the perfect moment. They're the ones who move, especially when they don't feel ready. Motivation doesn't cause action. Action creates motivation. Every step forward builds momentum. Every small win sharpens your clarity. And clarity creates confidence. The more you move, the more you grow. The more you wait, the more you stay stuck. I know a young man who once dreamed of financial success. He had the knowledge, the plans, the ambition, but no action. He told himself, I'll start when I feel ready. That day never came. Weeks passed. Months passed. His dream stayed a dream. What he didn't know was this. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you earn. Through action. Through starting, even when it's messy, even when it's uncomfortable. History is full of people who acted before they felt ready. Thomas Edison didn't wait for the perfect moment to invent the light bulb. He failed over and over, but each action taught him something new, until the world finally lit up. The only way to unlock your potential is to act. Not tomorrow, not when you feel it, but now. Because the moment you move, the fog clears. And the future you've been waiting for starts to reveal itself. He experimented relentlessly, using each failure as a stepping stone toward success. Henry Ford didn't wait for the world to prove the automobile industry was worth the risk. He acted with conviction and reshaped history. The defining trait of these men wasn't their ability to summon motivation, but their refusal to let its absence hold them back. Action was their fuel. When you act, you connect with reality in a way thinking never could. You see what works, what doesn't, and what needs adjustment. Every step forward strips away doubt and replaces it with clarity. But the one who waits for motivation stays trapped, paralyzed by overthinking and strangled by self-doubt. The hardest part is always the first step. Whether it's business, self-growth, or any dream you carry, the resistance at the beginning feels like a mountain. But the moment you push past it, momentum takes over. Movement breeds clarity. Action builds belief. What once felt impossible slowly starts to feel inevitable. Picture a salesman frozen with fear before his first call. He stares at the phone, paralyzed by all the what-ifs. But the moment he forces himself to dial that number, something incredible happens. The fear fades. Confidence grows. With every call, the process becomes easier. He didn't wait for motivation to rescue him. He acted first, and motivation showed up later. This is the secret. The entrepreneur who launches before everything feels certain. The writer who starts before inspiration strikes. The speaker who steps onto the stage despite trembling hands. They all succeed not because they felt ready, but because they chose action over hesitation. The path to success isn't lit by motivation, it's carved by discipline. The person who understands this truth knows waiting is the enemy of progress. You act, whether you feel like it or not, trusting that motivation will always catch up to those already moving. Fear and doubt stand like shadows at the doorway of every great dream, whispering the same questions. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? But the only real failure is never starting at all. It whispers, planting seeds of hesitation in your mind. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Most of the things we fear never actually happen, and even when they do, so what? Failure is not the end. It's just a stepping stone on the path to success. Every person you admire has failed more times than you can imagine. The difference between them and those still frozen by fear? They kept moving forward. They refused to let fear control their lives. They understood that progress is born from action, not from endless overthinking. The first step will always feel like the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. It's the line between those who only dream and those who achieve. Fear loses its grip the moment you move toward it. It grows in the shadows of hesitation, but the instant you take action, it begins to shrink. Because courage isn't about being fearless, It's about acting even while fear tries to hold you back. Now ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario? Can you handle it? The answer is almost always yes. You are stronger and more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Most failures are temporary. Most mistakes can be fixed, and even when things go wrong, the lessons you gain will shape your future success. Fear feeds on waiting. The longer you hesitate, the stronger it becomes. That's why procrastination is fear's favorite weapon. Your mind will blow imagined failure out of proportion until it seems impossible to move forward. But the only way to beat fear is to act. Right now, action is the cure. Even the smallest steps break fear's illusion. Each move forward chips away at the wall of doubt, revealing that the obstacle was never as big as it looked. Think of fear like a wall. From far away, it looks huge, unscalable, impossible. But as you step closer, you see the cracks. And the moment you climb, you realize the wall was never really that high. Fear deceives you into believing progress is out of reach, but the truth is, the only thing standing in your way is inaction. Just like Edwin C. Barnes, the man who once had a burning desire to work with Thomas Edison. Barnes had no money, no connections, and no clear path to success. Only a vision and an unshakable determination. He could have let fear paralyze him, but instead, he took action. He boarded a freight train, showed up at Edison's office, and boldly declared his intention to become his business partner. At first, he was only offered a low-level job, but he never let go of his dream. He worked, he waited, and when the right moment finally arrived, he seized it and became a key figure in Edison's business. His story proves that fear loses its power the moment you choose decisive action. So how do you overcome fear? The answer is simple: face it head-on. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist. The only way to silence fear is to move. Break your goal into small, manageable steps and tackle them one at a time. Each action chips away at fear's grip. The more you confront it, the smaller it becomes. And before long, what once felt terrifying will feel like just another challenge you've learned to conquer. Fear only holds power when you allow it to stop you. The greatest enemy of progress is not failure. It's the refusal to try. The choice is always yours. Will you let fear shape your future, or will you take control and push forward despite it? The answer to that question will decide the direction of your life. Choose wisely. Choose action. Choose growth. Now let's talk about procrastination. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow"? And how many times has tomorrow turned into next week, next month, or even next year? Before you realize it, time slips away, and all you're left with are unfulfilled dreams and wasted potential. The perfect moment you're waiting for will never come. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can take control of your life. Procrastination is a silent thief. It wears a mask. It pretends to be preparation, perfectionism, or waiting for the right conditions. You tell yourself you need more time, more knowledge, more confidence. But the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Every delay only strengthens the habit of inaction. The only way to break free is to take action now. Even if it's messy, even if it's small, one imperfect action is always worth more than 100 perfect intentions. Start simple. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on something for just 5 minutes. That's it. No pressure, no overthinking. Because once you start, momentum kicks in. And momentum is powerful. It turns hesitation into progress. The hardest part is always the beginning, but once you push past that initial resistance, everything gets easier. Discipline is the game changer. In a world full of distractions, social media, notifications, endless entertainment, if you don't control your environment will control you. Set clear deadlines. Break big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on consistency, not perfection, because small daily efforts, repeated over time, create massive results. Success doesn't come from doing something once in a while. It comes from showing up day after day, especially when you don't feel like it. Accountability is your secret weapon. Tell someone your goals. Track your progress. Write things down. The moment you commit to yourself and others, you create a responsibility that makes quitting harder. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent. It's the ability to act without waiting for the perfect mood or perfect timing. Time is your most valuable resource. Every second you waste, waiting for the right moment, is a second you'll never get back. Your future is being shaped right now by the choices you make or avoid. Will you wait, or will you take control and start today? The choice is yours. Tomorrow is not promised. The only time you truly own is now. So stop waiting. Stop planning endlessly. Take the first step, no matter how small, no matter how imperfect, because action will always beat inaction. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to suffer. It's about training yourself to win. It's a mindset, a commitment to excellence, and an unshakable belief that you can persevere. Every time you show up for yourself, you prove you can trust yourself. That trust builds confidence, and confidence fuels success. The real secret to self-discipline isn't misery. It's mastering the small habits that lead to victory. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it becomes. The first time you step into the unknown, it feels unbearable. Your mind screams at you to stop, to run back to safety, to seek comfort. But if you resist that urge and push forward, even when it's hard, something powerful happens. You begin to reshape your mind. You start rewiring your brain to embrace challenges instead of fleeing from them. Over time, the impossible becomes routine. You build resilience, a mental toughness that turns every obstacle into a stepping stone. Discipline isn't about doing what feels good. It's about doing what must be done, no matter how you feel. If you wait for motivation, you'll always be at the mercy of your emotions. Motivation is a guest. It comes and goes, but discipline is the foundation. Discipline doesn't depend on mood or excitement. It's a conscious choice to act whether you feel like it or not. You don't negotiate with your feelings. You don't wait to be ready. You don't search for the perfect moment. You act. When the alarm rings, you get up. When it's time to work, you work. When life throws challenges your way, you face them head on. That ability to act in spite of emotions is what separates the successful from the stagnant. Success isn't built on random bursts of motivation. It's built on consistency. Anyone can feel inspired for a day, a week, even a month. But what happens when the excitement fades? What happens when reality kicks in and the honeymoon phase is over? That's when discipline steps in. It's not about grand gestures or rare moments of brilliance. It's about showing up, day after day, especially when you don't feel like it. Consistency is the foundation of greatness. The people who achieve their dreams aren't always the most talented or the most gifted. They're the ones who refuse to quit. They show up when progress is slow, when they're exhausted, and even when no one is watching. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows. And like any muscle, it needs training, repetition, and effort. If you want to become disciplined, you must practice discipline. Start small. Wake up when you say you will. Stick to your commitments. Do the work, especially when you don't feel like it. These small acts of self-discipline compound over time. They build a quiet confidence, a deep trust in yourself that no one can take away. And once you believe you can count on yourself, your potential becomes unstoppable. The greatest rewards in life don't go to those who start with excitement, but to those who stay the course long after the excitement fades. Anyone can begin. Starting is easy, but finishing? Finishing belongs to the few who refuse to quit when the journey gets hard. The world is full of people who gave up too soon, who walked away when things got tough, but real discipline is about endurance. It's about showing up even when you're tired, even when the path feels uncertain, even when your efforts seem invisible. That's the moment where growth is born. That's the moment where you separate yourself from the rest. Self-discipline is the bridge between wanting and achieving. It's the silent force that carries you from where you are to where you dream to be. Without it, dreams remain dreams. With it, there are no limits. Discipline isn't a punishment, it's a gift. It's the highest form of self-respect and the truest act of self-love. It's the key to unlocking your full potential. Train yourself to win, and the world will have no choice but to step aside. Pain is a powerful teacher. It can break you or it can build you, and that choice is always yours. When life gets tough, you only have two options. You can let the weight of pain crush you, or you can rise above it and become stronger. Pain is guaranteed, but growth is earned. The way you respond to adversity will shape your future. You can let setbacks harden your heart, or you can let them sharpen your strength. Every person who has achieved greatness has walked through rejection, loss, and failure. No one makes it to the top without scars from their struggles. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. They refuse to let pain stop them. Instead, they use pain as fuel to propel themselves forward. Pain becomes their fire, forging them into something stronger, sharper, and more unbreakable. It sharpens the mind, strengthens the spirit, and hardens their resolve. When others crumble, they rise. The next time life knocks you down, don't stay down. Get up. Rise with even more determination. Let pain shape you into someone who is stronger, smarter, and more relentless than ever before. Growth is never comfortable, and that's exactly why pain is essential. It forces you to evolve. It pushes you beyond your limits and destroys the lie of comfort. The greatest lessons in life are born from struggle, not from ease. Pain carves wisdom into your soul, molding you into the person you were always meant to become. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. When you are in pain, you are in transition. In those moments, you face a choice. Will you let this pain break you, or will you let it build you? Most people run from pain, but the wise understand it's an ally. Pain is the force that moves you forward when nothing else will. The moment you learn to embrace the hard times, you gain a strength others will never know. You become unshakable. Shifting your perspective on pain changes everything. You stop fearing it. You stop seeing it as your enemy and start recognizing it as your guide. Pain isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of something greater. When you use pain as your motivation, you break through every limit you once believed held you back. You tap into a power you didn't know existed. You become unstoppable. Think of the most resilient people throughout history. They all share one thing in common. They turned their pain into power. They faced rejection and used it to refine their skills. They suffered loss and used it to deepen their purpose. They endured failure and turned it into a stepping stone for success. Pain became their teacher, shaping them into legends. And that same power lives within you. You are capable of more than you've ever imagined, but only if you're willing to embrace the struggle. Don't shy away from the fire. Step into it. Let it forge you into something greater. Every time you feel pain, remind yourself, this is where transformation begins. This is where I grow. This is where I become the person I was meant to be. Life will test you. It will place obstacles in your path. There will be moments when the pain feels unbearable, but in those moments, hold on to one truth. Pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to build you. It is here to shape you into someone unbreakable. So when the storm comes, and it will, stand tall. Face the pain. Don't cower. Don't retreat. Embrace it. Use it. Turn it into the fuel that drives you forward. Because, in the end, pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Life without goals is like sailing without a compass. You drift aimlessly, never reaching a destination. Goals give you direction, purpose, and something meaningful to chase. They cut through the noise of distractions and make sure every step you take moves you closer to the life you want. But setting goals isn't enough. You have to define them clearly. Vague wishes like, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy, won't get you anywhere. You need clarity. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want to achieve? By when? How will I measure my progress? The clearer your goal, the easier it is to carve out the path to reach it. Once your goals are set, break them down into simple, actionable steps. Big dreams can feel overwhelming, but when you divide them into smaller tasks, they become achievable. Every small step builds momentum, and before long, what once felt impossible becomes inevitable. But the most important ingredient is action. Without action, goals are just wishes, dreams that fade away with time. Take action every single day, no matter how small, because consistency compounds over time and leads to massive results. The most successful people in the world aren't always the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones who refuse to quit. A goal without a plan is just a wish, and if you want to turn your aspirations into reality, you must create a clear roadmap. Write your goals down, because this simple act locks your commitment in place and sharpens your focus. Studies have proven that people who write down their goals are far more likely to achieve them. Once your goals are on paper, break them down into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. This structure keeps you moving forward and crushes procrastination before it has a chance to take hold. Perfection is the enemy of progress, and too many people stay stuck because they fear failure. But success isn't about being flawless, it's about being relentless. Focus on progress, not perfection. Learn from every setback, adjust your approach, and keep pushing forward, because real growth comes from action, not hesitation. Accountability is the fuel that drives execution. Hold yourself responsible for your progress, track your efforts, measure your results, and be honest about what's working and what isn't. Self discipline and personal responsibility are what separate those who succeed from those who only dream. If needed, find an accountability partner, a mentor, a friend, or a coach, someone who will challenge you to stay on track. Small wins matter, so celebrate them. Every milestone reached is proof that you're on the right path. Recognizing your progress builds momentum and reinforces the habits that lead to success. It's not the final achievement that defines success, it's the steady collection of those small, consistent victories. Goals give you purpose, but only action turns them into reality. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they don't act. They hesitate, they procrastinate, or they surrender when challenges arise. But those who show up, who execute their plans day after day, who refuse to quit, those are the ones who succeed. So define your goals, commit to them, and take action. Make a plan and take action every single day. Success isn't about luck, it's the inevitable outcome of relentless effort. If you refuse to give up, commit to progress, and stay disciplined and focused, success isn't just a possibility, it's a certainty. Develop an unbreakable mind, because your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It determines whether you rise to challenges or crumble under pressure. A weak mindset is like a house built on sand, easily shaken, fragile, and quick to collapse. But a strong mindset? It's unshakable, thriving in adversity, and transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Every challenge is an opportunity, if you choose to see it that way. Life will test you. It will throw setbacks, failures, and unexpected hardships in your path. A fragile mindset sees these as reasons to quit, as proof that success is out of reach. But a strong mindset redefines these difficulties as lessons. When failure strikes, it doesn't break you, it educates you. It reveals weaknesses to strengthen and strategies to refine. Those who win in life aren't the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and come back stronger. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do this," you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. But when you believe in your ability to overcome, you unlock hidden reserves of strength and resilience. The mind is a powerful force. It shapes your actions and dictates your results. It all begins with what you choose to believe. A growth mindset is the secret weapon of high achievers. It sees potential in every situation, and it doesn't view abilities as fixed, but as something that can be developed with effort and learning. Those who adopt this mindset are always improving, always evolving, and never satisfied with stagnation. They welcome challenges because they know struggle leads to strength. Every difficulty they face becomes a tool for personal transformation. Strengthening your mindset requires feeding it the right thoughts. Just like a strong body needs the right nutrition, a strong mind needs the right influences. Surround yourself with positivity. Fill your life with people who uplift you, books that inspire you, and messages that fuel your ambition. Relentlessly cut out negativity. The company you keep, the content you consume, and the words you tell yourself all shape your mental state. Allow toxic influences into your life, and they will poison your mindset and drain your potential. Success isn't just about skill or talent. Many people with great abilities fail because they lack the mindset to persevere. True success belongs to those who refuse to quit. The person who keeps going despite obstacles, who gets back up after every fall, who pushes forward no matter what. That is the person who eventually wins. It's not about being the smartest or the most gifted. It's about being the one who refuses to give up. When you cultivate a mindset that never surrenders, nothing can stand in your way. Challenges will arise, but they won't defeat you. Failures will happen, but they won't define you. Doubts will creep in, but they won't control you. Because you've built a foundation of mental strength, and with that, you can conquer anything. Mindset is everything. Train it, protect it, strengthen it, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Surround yourself with winners. You become like the people you spend the most time with. And this simple truth dictates the trajectory of your personal growth, success, and overall well being. The company you keep has a profound influence on your mindset, habits, and choices. Surround yourself with those who push you to be better, and you will inevitably rise to new heights. Humans are social creatures, deeply influenced by the energy, attitudes, and behaviors of those around them. If you immerse yourself in a circle of individuals who inspire, challenge, and hold you accountable, you'll find yourself adopting similar traits. These people will push you beyond your comfort zone, forcing you to confront your limitations and surpass them. People will expect more from you than you expect from yourself, and in turn, you will rise to meet those expectations. Excellence becomes your standard, not an option. But be mindful, negativity, drama, and excuses are just as contagious. If you surround yourself with people who constantly complain, blame circumstances, or refuse to take responsibility for their actions, you'll slowly adopt that same mentality. Excuses will feel normal. Mediocrity will seem acceptable. Without realizing it, you'll justify inaction instead of pursuing growth. The weight of such negativity will anchor you down, stopping you from reaching your full potential. Your environment is a reflection of your future. The people you interact with daily either fuel your progress or hinder your ambitions. Spend time with those who take action, solve problems, and push forward no matter the obstacles, and you will start embodying those same traits. Their energy, discipline, and mindset will shape your own. When you witness their unwavering commitment to success, it reinforces your belief that you too can achieve greatness. Energy is contagious. Every conversation, every shared experience, every interaction leaves its mark on your subconscious. So choose wisely. If you want to elevate your life, start by elevating your circle. This requires a conscious decision to seek out people who share your values and aspirations. It means cutting ties with those who drain you, limit you, or keep you stuck in old ways of thinking. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate your growth is by seeking out mentors, individuals who've already walked the path you aspire to follow. They have the wisdom, experience, and knowledge that can save you years of trial and error. Their insights will challenge your perspective, push you to think bigger, and provide the tools you need to navigate your journey. A great mentor doesn't just teach you success strategies, they hold you accountable for executing them. Beyond mentorship, actively seek relationships with people who challenge you to work harder, grow stronger, and become the best version of yourself. The people you surround yourself with will push you when you feel like giving up, remind you of your goals when you lose focus, and celebrate your victories when you achieve them. Their presence in your life will be a catalyst for transformation. These individuals will call you out when you make excuses, challenge you when you hesitate, and lift you up when you struggle. Your success is shaped by the company you keep. If your inner circle is filled with driven, disciplined, and forward-thinking individuals, you'll naturally rise to their level. But if you're surrounded by negativity, complacency, and mediocrity, your growth will be stunted. Take a hard look at your relationships. Identify who adds value and who drains it. Be ruthless in eliminating toxic influences and intentional in cultivating meaningful connections. Life is too short to be held back by people who refuse to grow. Your potential is limitless, but it's up to you to place yourself in an environment that nurtures that potential. Choose your circle wisely, because it's the foundation upon which your future is built. Elevate your relationships, and you will elevate your life. Time is your most valuable resource. Every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. Yet too many people squander this precious asset on distractions and meaningless tasks, unaware of the irreversible loss. If you want to succeed, you must take full control of how you spend your time. Most people say they don't have enough time, but the truth is, they fail to manage it effectively. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What matters is how you choose to use them. Everyone gets the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between success and failure lies in how you use those hours. The world's most successful people don't have more time than you. They simply use it more effectively. The first step to mastering your time is awareness. Track your daily activities and see where your time actually goes. You might be shocked at how much of your day is lost to trivial tasks, pointless meetings, or endless distractions. Identifying these time thieves is key to taking back control of your schedule. Once you understand where your time is being spent, eliminate anything that doesn't serve your goals. Learn to say no to commitments that drain your energy or don't contribute to your progress. Often, we overload our schedules with activities that serve others' agendas rather than our own. Stop reacting to your day. Start planning it in advance. A well-structured schedule is one of your most powerful tools. Instead of waking up and hoping for productivity, start each morning with a clear plan. Define your priorities the night before, so you wake up knowing exactly what needs to be done. Break big goals into smaller, manageable tasks for the day. This keeps you on track and prevents feeling overwhelmed. Success isn't about perfection, it's about persistence and discipline. Excuses are the enemy of progress. There will always be reasons to procrastinate, but none of them will bring you closer to your dreams. If something matters, make time for it. If it doesn't, eliminate it. Every minute wasted is a minute stolen from your future. The most successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it by using their time wisely. Technology can be a huge distraction. Social media, notifications, and mindless browsing can drain hours from your day without you even realizing it. If you find yourself easily distracted, set boundaries. Limit your screen time. Turn off unnecessary notifications and schedule blocks of focused work. From distractions is one of the most valuable habits you can form. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Commit to your schedule and hold yourself accountable. Set deadlines for your tasks, and more importantly, stick to them. Time is not just about being productive, it's about having purpose. Every moment you spend working toward your goals is a step closer to the life you've always envisioned. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Productivity isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about focusing on what truly matters and dedicating your time to those things. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, luck, or talent. It's how they use their time. Your future depends on what you do with your time today. Stop making excuses. Stop wasting valuable minutes on things that don't contribute to your growth. Plan and execute with precision. The clock is always ticking. Make every second count. Set your deadlines, stick to them. And remember, time isn't just about productivity, it's about purpose. Every moment you work toward your goals brings you closer to your dreams. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Prioritize what matters. Your future is shaped by what you do with your time today. Stop making excuses. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Prioritize, plan, and execute with precision. The clock is always ticking. Make every second count. Embrace failure as feedback. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a key part of the journey. The most successful people in history have failed more times than most people have even attempted. What sets them apart isn't just their ability to fail, but their resilience, persistence, and willingness to learn from each failure. Every failure carries a lesson, a chance to grow, and an opportunity to refine your approach. Too often, people see failure as an endpoint, a final judgment on their abilities. But failure is just a stepping stone on the path to greatness. Failure is not the end, it's feedback, a signal that points us toward the necessary adjustments. It's a process of elimination, showing us what doesn't work so we can discover what does. The only true failure is giving up, quitting before we've extracted the lessons hidden in our setbacks. One of the biggest reasons people fear failure is the fear of judgment. Society celebrates success, but often overlooks the struggles and failures that pave the way to those triumphs. This selective narrative distorts our view of success, making failure seem like an anomaly, when in reality, it's a journey. The truth is, failure is universal. Every great inventor, entrepreneur, artist, and leader has faced setbacks. The difference is in how they respond to failure. They don't let it define them. They analyze, adapt, and keep moving forward. Instead of seeing failure as a mark of embarrassment, we should see it as a badge of effort, proof that we've stepped outside our comfort zones and taken risks. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. The ability to bounce back builds resilience, and resilience is key to long-term success. When we accept and embrace failure, we become stronger, more adaptable, and more ready for whatever comes next. Growth happens in discomfort. Success isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about learning from them. The more we fail, the more we grow. This growth mindset transforms failures from roadblocks into stepping stones. Instead of fearing failure, we should see it as an opportunity for self-improvement. Each misstep teaches us something valuable about our skills, our strategies, and even our mindset. By refining our approach after each failure, we set ourselves up for greater success in the future. The key is to change our perspective. When we see failure as an essential part of progress, it loses its power to discourage us. Instead of letting setbacks paralyze us, we can use them as fuel to push forward. The faster we learn, and ultimately, the faster we succeed. Progress requires persistence, and persistence demands the courage to fail without losing momentum. Keep going. Your comeback is just around the corner. History is filled with stories of individuals who turned failure into success. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." If the world's most successful people have faced failure countless times, why should we fear it? The fear of failure keeps many from even trying. But those who embrace it as a stepping stone achieve. The road to success is never straight. It's filled with ups and downs, setbacks and breakthroughs. What matters most is how we respond to failure. Do we retreat in fear or adjust and move forward? In the end, success is not about never failing. It's about never quitting. The people who achieve greatness aren't always the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to let failure defeat them. They see failure as a teacher, a necessary part of the journey. So, keep pushing forward. Keep refining your approach. Use failure as feedback, knowing that each setback brings you one step closer to success, making you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The only true failure is giving up. Everything else is progress. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep waiting, hesitating, making excuses, or you can decide that today is the day everything changes. The day you stop talking and start doing. No more waiting. No more excuses. Just action. Because action is the only thing that will get you where you want to be. Success doesn't come from wishing, hoping, or dreaming. It comes from doing. Dreams remain dreams unless they are backed by effort and persistence. Many people wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or a sign to begin, but waiting won't bring results. The only way forward is to take that first step, no matter how small. That first step is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who remain stuck. Don't wait for the right moment. Create it. Decide today that you're done waiting, done doubting yourself, and done holding back. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment to start. Conditions will never be 100% ideal. But those who succeed aren't the ones who wait for perfection. They're the ones who take uncertainty, fear, or discomfort. They push forward even when the odds seem stacked against them. Take control of your life by taking action now. Every successful person, at some point, made the decision to start. They didn't wait for confidence to appear magically. They built it through action. The only way to build confidence is by proving to yourself that you can do it. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to begin. Action creates momentum, and momentum fuels progress. Start small if you have to, but start. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Procrastination doesn't just delay success, it kills it. Every day spent waiting is a day wasted, a day you could have used to move closer to your goals. Don't let hesitation rob you of your potential. Force yourself to take action. Push past the excuses, the doubts, and the fears. Fear will always be present, but it loses its power when you act despite it. Step into your power. Recognize that you're capable of more than you think. You have the ability to change your life, rewrite your story, and create the future you desire. It begins with action. Make the decision that from this moment forward, you are unstoppable. Commit to showing up for yourself every single day, regardless of how you feel. Motivation may come and go, but discipline and action are what will carry you through. Success is built on consistency, not fleeting bursts of inspiration. Your future depends on what you do right now. The choices you make today will shape the life you live tomorrow. There is no magic formula, no secret shortcut, only action, persistence, and determination. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Start doing. Your time is now, so what are you waiting for? The clock's ticking, And every moment you delay is a moment you could be using to get closer to your dreams. Don't let fear or doubt control your future. It's time to take action, step up, and create the life you've